Hey guys, it's Miss Veronica Louise coming back at you for week 4 of our updates. It's actually more like week 7 of our updates, but I've been missing 7 of our updates. I've just been missing for the last couple weeks on YouTube, on most of social media, and stick around if you want to know why. I have been out of commission for a few weeks. There were a lot of things that were in the works for Josh and I, and we were just really focused on those things. It didn't quite work out the way we had hoped, but there's always the future to try it again. We're still in the works for trying to get things moving in that direction. I just think we're going to take it more slowly this time. And what that actually was we were wanting to move to Colorado, so I had applied for some positions over there, and it looked very promising, and it looked like I was going to be able to get up and go and take Josh with me and the dogs with me, but in the end the company and I just did not fit together well, so c'est la vie. Well, we shall move on. When one door closes, another one opens, or so they say, and the other one was my current job where I'm at. I'm actually very happy where I am. The culture is changing a little bit, you know, it's just a nicer atmosphere. I don't think I could leave it that easily. Okay, we're gonna cut that part out. But that experience, that whole part of we need to move right now, is definitely something that I need to keep an eye on. As it turns out, I was actually going through an episode. You know, it wasn't a great time, and I have to be very cautious whenever these types of opportunities come up and try and make it spaced out, because I will up and move and ruin everyone's life in the process. And thinking back on it now, I fear that this was maybe me acting out of some sort, trying to run away from something, but I don't know what yet. So we have a little bit more digging to do for me. But I'm very proud of myself because I can see these things now. I'm very proud of myself because I can see the signs of me moving too fast, of me not thinking things through, of me behaving like a spoiled little brat. And usually these are the signs that I'm spinning out of control, either into a manic stage or a depressive stage. And in this particular case, it was my depression that was coming forward. I can recognize it when, let's be honest, when my sex drive isn't here. When there's basically nothing that can be done to kick that thing awake. And I feel bad for Josh when that does happen, because it's not him. Like, I love him to death, but it's just me. It's my bipolar, it's my depression coming through, and as much as people want to say, just get out of it, just think of positive things, just keep moving forward, is one of my favorites. It's actually something I tell myself all the time when I am depressed. When I realize that I'm depressed, I'm not just acting out. I just think, keep moving forward, because I only get stuck if I stop. I don't ask for help. So it's my favorite and the worst thing to tell me all at once. I just feel like maybe it's important to let people know that I need help, and that I fear is my biggest struggle. So in addition to not knowing how to eat intuitively, as some YouTubers might suggest, so I don't know how much I weighed this week. I'm not sure if I went up or down. I'm pretty sure I went up because I've been eating a whole bunch of crap, because I haven't wanted to cook, because I haven't cared about my body or my needs. So I think it's very important when this happens to let others know that I need help. So I reached out to my doctor and I have an appointment next Wednesday. So everything I tell you today, I'm going to tell him on Wednesday, and then we're moving on from there. And we'll just see what needs to be done. But I think I might need to get my medication adjusted and improved a little bit. But we'll see where we are, because this is not new. Like, I just feel so for me, and if you suffer from it or live with it or enjoy it or whatever it may be that you're doing, if you are coexisting with bipolar, I would love to know what your triggers are, how you handle the lows, because like my lows and my highs, obviously they're completely different from each other. On my lows, it feels like my body just doesn't want to go. Like, my mind is very much, or my body just doesn't want to move. It just wants to lay there, wants to be lethargic, it wants to just be. And my mind is just like, go. My body's like, nope. Not today. So it sucks. And then on the other end, it's like there are too many thoughts. Like, I just can't keep them all in. So there's so many of them, and they're just always racing. And then I take my medication, and it brings them back a little bit. And the depression, it lifts me up a little bit. So it's just like trying to put it back in this ball, and it just feels like it escapes. And it feels like there's been more energy escaping on both sides recently than there has been in the past year. So I'm actually really excited to go see my doctor and have these conversations with him. I just don't want him to be like, well, let's reduce, because he always wants to reduce my medication. So we'll see what he says. But aside from that, I mean, it's been very stressful. Ooh, it's been super stressful. There's been some finance changes. There's been some updates. To me, like, I actually haven't weighed myself in the last 3 weeks, and I'm waiting until I go to the psychologist, till I go see my doctor before I do that. Only because whenever I'm in this type of state, the lack of a change or an increase can very much affect me. Most of all, I just want to come back and just be accountable. And I was really going through this whole process where I was like, I don't need my medication. I feel great. I feel like I can handle this. I feel like I can do this on my own. And there were about 3 or 4 days in there where I didn't take my medication, not purposefully, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I was doing so well. And unfortunately that affected my sleep schedule, that affected my water intake, that affected my decisions I made for food, and it became a very seafood diet, as in if I saw food anywhere within 50 feet of my body, I was going to taste it, try it, eat it, drink it, or smother my face in it.
Man, I'm gonna eat you!
And that's not, it's not great. It's not a great feeling, because then you start feeling, or I start feeling like a failure, like I'm failing my sleeve, like I'm failing myself, like I'm failing my doctor. And that can lead into the complete opposite of me not wanting to eat at all, and me trying to do these crazy fad diets so I can get back on track, when the only thing I really need to do is get back on track. Like, I don't need to kickstart my body into doing something that it doesn't want to do. I don't need to smoothie myself into weight loss. I don't need to do a 7-day fast to get my body ready for what it needs, what I should be eating. I just need to eat what I should be eating, and going to the gym when I need to be going to the gym, which I want to get back to that too, because it's been about 3 weeks since the last time I went to the gym, and that is very frustrating, because I feel like that has a big impact on my day-to-day. Like, I can wake up and be like, oh, all day long, and I go to the gym and I pump out like a few good, like an hour workout, like a really good, get sweat going, get the burn going, and then I'm just exhausted, and I feel like my body has released this pent up tension that just grows on a daily. So my goal is to go back to doing that, and I feel like my new schedule right now doesn't really, it doesn't really lend itself into that type of situation. But if I want it, I'm gonna have to make it happen. If I want to be healthy, I have to do healthy things and not put things on the back burner the way I have been these past couple weeks. So I'm gonna start off slow. I'm gonna go 3 days a week again, and then see how my body reacts. I don't want to be super sore, super tired. So we're really gonna listen to our body, and we're actually gonna listen to it and not pretend like we're listening to it, because that's what we say we do. The only thing that I've been successful with is my water intake. It's about 60 to 68 ounces a day, so I'm very proud of myself for that. And I figure that's one step. It's one puzzle, or one piece of the whole puzzle, and the rest of the puzzle is going to include me getting my it's not even my dedication or motivation, it's, I feel like I'm having to fight myself in the mornings to wake up, and I fear it has something to do with my medication just needing to be upped or adjusted. And that's definitely something that I will talk about with my doctor when I see them on Wednesday. And I'll let you guys know what comes with that. But I just feel like the last couple of weeks, or 3 weeks to be exact, after I had some heart-wrenching news about a job that I did not get, I tried to stay positive about the whole situation, and I feel like I may have let it get to me more than it should have. It's a job, it's not my life. My life is currently in San Antonio. So it was a great opportunity, and I just needed to let it go. But it doesn't quite work that way, especially not for me living with bipolar. And that's not to say that if you live with it, or if you're struggling with it, or if you're beating it, that you're doing it wrong, or we're just doing it differently. That's all. So much like anyone's journey is just different. And I feel like I'm struggling with mine right now. I feel like there's some highs and lows, mostly lows right now. And I would very much like to get out of this pattern. I feel like it was inevitable. Like, it's just hard sometimes to not know if it's something that's legitimately an issue for you, or if you're overreacting because of a diagnosis that you have. And you try to keep it in check, and Josh tries to help me make sure I take my medication every night, make sure I'm good to go in the morning, tries to alleviate as much stress from my life as he possibly can. And sometimes that just isn't enough. Sometimes these cycles are going to happen. And I tell you this because if you're watching this and you're struggling, reach out to anyone. If you need help, reach out to me. I'm here. And I might not be the best person to help you, but I will find you what we can find, whomever it might be, to help. And I feel like I can say that because I have that sort of support system in my life. And if I needed something more than what he could do, he would find me someone who could help. And I'm very appreciative of it. But that's all very hard to remember in the moment when I'm flipping out. So there's that. So my goals this week are to be able to get back on track, get back into eating better, and not doing the whole preparing my body, because I feel like that's just my excuse that I can get out of. I feel like that's just my excuse that I use to delay things. So my goal this week is going to be cook at home at least 3 days a week. Take lunches the next couple days. Continue with my water intake and get back to the gym at least 3 days a week until like I feel like I can build back up to those 5 days a week. I still have the goal to run the 5K in October, and as much of a runner as I'm not, ooh, girl, it's gonna be a challenge. It is going to be a challenge. But we're gonna do it. And I'm thinking the Dirty Girl Mud Run would be kind of awesome. Or like maybe the neon one, the black light one. That, I think that's pretty cool. Would love to do that. I would love if some of y'all who see this would sign up with me in a team and we can all do it together. That would be actually pretty awesome. So if that is what I'm very flighty right now. I've had some caffeine today, so my thoughts are just kind of everywhere right now. I really don't know. So if you want to stick around and you want to learn a little bit more about me, please follow me on my social medias in this area somewhere. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell twice so you don't miss my videos, and I will see you next week. Thanks guys, love ya.